Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. All of the news, none of the pants. And I've been joined by my two gorgeous co-hosts here at the MSNBC desk. You can see them right there. Wren from Rendition, where she likes to show off her cooking and her minion likes to show off his brewing.
Hey guys!
As well as Ishtar from her own Twitch streams, and where she helps out here with voices for Help for the Guildless, as well as Cyber Demon Gaming. And if you want her to continue doing that, you should probably bother her in every Discord you're in to actually have her finish the game with Matt.
That game reached my cringe tolerance level. I can't do it anymore.
No, that's not how it works. You just got to finish it. You were on the final day. There's like 2 episodes left. The people want it, so you're just gonna have to do it.
They're just going to have to cope.
And my name, of course, is Antoine the Great. How are you ladies doing?
Good.
That was it? Just that you were Antoine the Great?
Yes, because I'm great.
Nothing else?
No.
Why not?
Well, okay, there was something else. I got to debut on another channel. I got to be a guest and read an article like we do here, because that was something that has never happened before. I've never read an article in my life. I don't know where they got that idea, but it was in front of a
much bigger YouTuber?
A much bigger crowd. So I had them rolling, so that was good. Well, then you're saying finish it. I don't know. Finish what? My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and welcome to Help for the Guildless.
So Antoine, I hear that Vin did something.
Yes.
Vin did do something.
I heard Vin did something big.
Do you want to tell her, or should I tell her?
I can tell her. So, Vin has decided on the last Vox that Matt, you, Sarah, Ishtar, KG, Mitzi, they're all going to, we're all going to have to read My Haunted Vagina. He paid for it. As a matter of fact, he said, your suffering was brought to you by the near-immortal, blood-drinking, flesh-eating, edgy vampire that is Vin.
Are you looking forward to it?
No!
Yes.
Why not?
It's called My Haunted Vagina. Why would I be happy about reading something called My Haunted Vagina?
Because it's going to be amazing.
A zombie in the description, a zombie literally climbs out of this woman's pookie, and you think I'm supposed to be excited about that?
Yes, it's like watching a bad movie.
Exactly. Only with books.
Well, before we get too far into this, let's go ahead and say hello to those who are in chat. Now, I want to point out, if you've seen the headline, ladies, you know I found something that we definitely need to talk about one of our resident viewers. I don't know how she did this, and I don't know why she did this, but apparently Mitzi is first, and she decided to send us an article about her butthole. I think, Ishtar, I am pretty sure Mitzi has decided she's going to get her butt silicone molded so she can turn it into the butthole chocolates for you to sample again.
No, I'm not eating those ever again.
What, you
The
said
chocolate was mediocre at best.
Well, it's better than being bad.
It's really hard to do bad chocolate.
And at least it wasn't nutty.
Oh!
So Mitzi was first, and we will be talking about Mitzi's exposed butthole later on after the break. Zeogold was our second place finalist. Ray is third, and Nathan comes up with the honourable mention, so that's first, second, third, and fourth.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have Haster in the chat. How's it going, Haster? Clever Mick generic name is here. It says, Nathan says Cocaine Hippos has to be a Florida man story. Nathan Clever says probably not. Pablo Escobar imported hippos for a private zoo and they escaped after his empire fell. They've thrived in the rivers in Colombia and have no natural predators. So we have some knowledge in the chat as well. Malik is here. How's it going, Malik? Wolvania is here. Gnostic is here. How's it going, the three of you? Who else do we see here? Ali. How's it going, Ali? John Smith was here and gone. John Smith, where are you?
He was very disappointed that we were not an Ultima thing.
Ultima?
Yeah, I don't know where he got Ultima from, but he said something about it being in J-Man's Discord or J-Man's channel.
Who's J-Man?
I haven't got a
don't
clue.
know.
I don't know who J-Man is. I already said hello to Zealgold. Dr. Herb is here. He's going to give us...
Hey, Herb!
He's going to prescribe us something very special to get through the butthole story about Mitzi. And I think that's about it, everybody I see in the chat. So how's it going, everyone? Now, I do have to commend Wren for what she's doing. Not only is she still reporting from a random nebula in the universe, but she is also continuing to check up on her little tiny hellspawn. Apparently one of them is not feeling well. So if you see her checking on things every once in a while, be not afraid. Wren is just maneuvering satellites so she can get a good signal. Oh no, Ben C is in the chat. How's it going, Ben? So,
What's up, NC?
So how are you two ladies doing?
Doing pretty good.
I'm doing quite well. Looking forward to after the show.
What's after the show?
Yeah, what's after the show?
We're going to the gym again. We went yesterday. I had a nice half-hour long walk and then did a few crunches on the machine and it felt fabulous. I forgot how much I missed going to the gym. Hello?
You're dragging Matt to the gym late at night.
Yes, because this is the only time frame that we can go.
Ray, you'd be surprised. There are a lot of gyms. There's one near me where you basically just need a key card access, and you can go at like 2 a.m. if you really want to.
Yeah, there's a lot
Ours is open 24 hours, at least 4 days a week. So we're gonna go for the 4 days that it's open 24 hours, and then we'll take the 3 days off, and then go back again. Tonight we're doing muscle instead of just cardio.
Nice.
Steve
So
also
tomorrow
just
I will hurt.
Steve also just popped in, said just saw the live feed. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
We are going to be talking about Mitzi's butthole. Don't worry about it, Ray. Don't worry about the deletion of the article. Mitzi doesn't know what we got, so she can't really delete it.
And Ray, there is a McDonald's near me.
So
I used to work there.
We have a $5 super chat from Nathan Marcano. It says obligatory purr for the ladies super chat because Ghost Dog is not here for you ladies right now.
Aw, thank Nathan.
So
Let's see if you can do it without messing with the filter.
well,
Don't forget to change the filter.
They hear it on the stream just fine.
Yeah, but we can't hear it.
That sounds like a personal problem on your end. Steve says, WTF, Mitzi's butthole?
What's going to be really funny is if this is not Mitzi's butthole, because I haven't read the article, So if it's not hers, then she is admitting to something that we need more details on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
God damn it, it cut out again. Just as I was starting to enjoy it, it cut out.
No.
I will check the filter again. But I think that's a you problem.
It cuts out in the middle for me too. So I think that counts as a you problem.
Alright, so echo cancellation is on auto. That's all I have. I don't have anything else.
Oh well. I'll make you purr for me later.
You know, you may have to talk to Sarah about some of those things.
I've already
Yeah.
spoken with her about this because I didn't want to get in trouble later. And she gave me permission that if for some reason you are unable to complete the purr so that I could hear it online, you can purr for me afterwards. You just can't do anything else.
Yeah.
The purr is harmless, she says.
Ah, got it. How's it going, Tom? Tom says, Dinosaur Butthole? That's the best title you could come up with? Who's in charge here? Well, that would be Ishtar.
I am not in charge. Where the fuck did you get this idea?
Really?
No,
I am not accepting it.
I am in charge, yes, but I'm not. I don't ever.
I'm more the submissive type.
Oh dear.
You're gonna get him in trouble.
Me?
All right. Let's get into what they're actually here for.
Hold on a second. Go ahead. One of the two of you do your articles. I just realized it's my brother-in-law's birthday and I forgot to send him a happy birthday.
Shame on you.
I know.
Ray, actually my hair is pink.
Well, let's start with some cringe, since I have...
Alright.
Did we start with cringe last time? No, we started with science last time, so yeah.
Yeah. Let us go with...
I mean, we were just talking about Ishtar being a bottom, so... I know.
Oh, if that's the case.
Come on, Shell.
Woman attempts to get around
Really?
pandemic rules by walking her boyfriend on a leash.
I mean, that's one way to do it. I don't know if it's a good way to do it, but that is definitely one way to do it.
Yeah, indeed, it is a way. As the coronavirus pandemic continues, many places around the world are introducing tougher restrictions in a bid
Oh,
to
for God's sake,
reduce the
Shelley.
spread of
Come
the virus. In Quebec, Canada, a 4-week-long curfew has been implemented, which requires residents to stay in their home from 8 p.m. in the evening until 5 a.m. in the morning. As with all restrictions, there are few exemptions from the rule for essential workers who need to travel and also for those who need to walk their dogs. One woman reportedly attempted to use the latter exemption for her own benefit on Saturday evening, shortly after the curfew came into effect.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
The local Le Tribune reports that the woman was fined for being stopped on King Street East and Sherbrooke, walking her partner on a leash. They claimed the woman told the police she was just out walking her dog. Isabel,
To be fair, women love to say it. All men are dogs.
No, not all men. Mine's pretty good.
just some, not all. Isabel Gendron of the Sherbrooke Police Department told the publication the couple did not collaborate with the police at all. Statements of violation of municipal bylaw were given to them The lady affirmed that she would not pay the ticket or even that she would acclimate them. The amount of findings for recidivism can go up to $6,000.
So basically, what she's saying is, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they fine her. She's not going to pay for it, even if it accumulates.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's one hell of a way to have a protest. Show no kink shaming here. You know, show everyone what you have. Let your freak flag fly. I mean, Mitzi has already been doing that with the articles that we found. So more power to them. It's all the Canadians. That's what it is.
It's Canadian. It's Canada. An extract from the La Tribune article was shared on Twitter, where it quickly went viral, garnering hundreds of retweets and likes as many people praised the couple's creativity. One person wrote, "Is this real life? Woman issued a fine in Sherbrooke, Quebec, for walking her boyfriend on a leash after curfew." Another commented, "This absolutely made my day. It's creative." So yeah, she just decided she wanted to walk her dog.
It's Justin Trudeau. He's driving the Canadians crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what they're doing is the Canadians are so nice that they're willing to go along with what is essentially imprisonment by government. And they're going to get used to it because it's going to be too rude to object. And then they'll just always be there, and, well, there you go. Complete control by the government.
Yeah.
Hasta says, you know what? More power to her. I agree.
More power to who?
The woman walking her boyfriend.
Yep.
And Tom Leach says, "It's cold and boring up there. They gotta get their deviancy on."
Exactly. They got to warm themselves up somehow.
And clearly that's their thing, if she already had a leash ready for him.
It's not the first time he's been collared.
Yeah, clearly if she already had the leash and collar, they've used that before. That's not just something you randomly find in a house, junk drawer.
Well, I know for a fact that he's not the only one that has gone out in public collared. Isn't that right, Ishtar?
I don't know what you're talking about. That hasn't happened in a while, so.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We can talk. I can go talk to Matt if you want while you're reading your article and make sure it happens.
So, is the Loch Ness Monster an ancient sea turtle?
No, because it's not real.
One researcher has come up with a new theory to explain the legendary Scottish Loch Monster. Over the years, there have been countless theories put forward in an attempt to explain the possible existence of a large, unknown aquatic beast in Scotland's most voluminous loch. These range from an extinct prehistoric reptile, such as a plesiosaur, to a species of giant eel. However, to date, there have never been a conclusive answer to what lurks in the loch's murky depths. Now, Henry Bauer, a retired professor of chemistry and science studies at the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, has come forward with another explanation. Nessie, he argues, is a species of ancient sea turtle descended from a population that had become trapped in the loch when the water receded at the end of the last ice age. The 89-year-old's research has since been published in a respected scientific journal. The most popular idea is that the Loch Ness Monster has a relationship to extinct plesiosaurs, he said. But this is difficult to square with the rarity of surface sightings, let alone occasional sightings on land. On the other hand, everything described for the Loch Ness Monster squares with its known many living and extinct species of turtles. They're air-breathing, but spend very long periods in deep water. They venture onto land, are very fast in water, and have the ability to be active in very cold water, and have relatively long necks. Given how infrequent sea turtle sightings are in the Scottish Highlands, however, Just how likely is it that a population of giant ones could have been surviving in Loch Ness without being discovered? Unless a specimen can be caught, we may never know for sure.
Do you
And
want to know what other theory hasn't been tried for the Loch Ness monster?
uh-huh.
That it's not real.
Uh-huh.
So guess what I have to do, ladies?
What?
What?
I actually have to buy Zoom.
You have what?
I have
What?
to pay for Zoom, or else it's going to shut us down in 10 minutes.
They won't
Okay.
let you extend it like last time?
No. So I have to upgrade from free Zoom to actual Zoom.
Greedy.
So that's what I'm doing right now. So talk amongst yourselves, entertain the people, so I
Okay.
can...
Ray
Do
says
this.
Loch Ness owes him Tree Fitty. Haster says all hail Nessie. Let's see. And Ray says that one time he asked the Loch Ness monster what she was. She didn't know, but she did say, I live to plesiosaur.
Oh, God.
Oh. And someone in chat saying Antoine's not real either. He's
I
real.
am very real.
Antoine,
I,
have you just been a figment of our rather kinky imagination this entire time?
I beg to differ. Wren knows for a fact that I'm real. We used to take baths together.
Yeah, that was pre-Sarah time.
It was.
Ray, I haven't had a chance to read it just yet, but I am looking forward to reading it, and I will give you a critique/review when I'm
Oh,
done.
is there a...
Also, we have 20 people watching and only 12 likes. Come on, people. Smash the like button.
Did he write a fanfic about Antoine?
He's written a couple fanfics about me.
This one was involving him and Mitzi.
Oh
It
my.
was pretty good rhyming
Mitzi.
from the little bit that he put in Discord. So we'll see how it goes.
Mitzi, can I suggest something? Run.
Yeah, Mitzi, we want our lovable dinosaur alive. Oh, you'll send it to me again? Oh, I didn't. I'll definitely check that out.
Alright.
Oh my good lord.
So, no.
I just saw something that makes me shake my head.
What?
Is it the tweet that I showed you earlier?
No.
Oh.
That one, you gotta talk about that one in a moment.
I can talk about it right now.
Stupid. It's an anti-COVID dental helmet.
What?
It basically is a bubble that you wear over your head with an opening over the mouth and an opening at the top to let air through.
Clever is now gotten a thing. What will you give me to not write you into a My Little Pony crossover?
What will I give you? Look,
Hi, Cinder.
you're the one that has to write that. So
Sounds more like a personal problem.
yeah, that sounds like you're going to be the one in pain, not me. How's it going, Cinder Shadow?
More to the question, if someone wrote that, be how much to get us to read it.
So I don't want to wear a bubble on my head. I don't want to wear the welding mask. Why the hell would someone want to wear any of those things?
Nobody does.
No one wants to wear them.
Look, I can't get sick. I can't get diseases from you people. I don't even sweat, let alone be able to contract anything from you. I don't need it.
To be fair, the only cute masks I've seen are coming out of Asia, and there are some cute ideas. My favorite is the new trend of shirts that have a built-in mask. So you no longer have to wear your mask around your face. You literally pull the mask up from around your shirt.
Yeah, those have been around a while, Ren. They're called turtlenecks.
Yeah.
No, these ones actually have ear loops. Like actual ear loop masks built into your thing.
Sorry, that sounds just kind of dumb.
What story are you looking for, Cinder Shadow? We've only had 2 so far. one where it gave Ishtar ideas about being walked in public, as well as
Did not.
talking about the Loch Ness Monster. But Clever brought up something. Says, my sanity has long been forfeit. Well, I'm glad it's long been forfeit, because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read you a tweet. And I want to warn you before I read this. It is a ride from beginning to end. I may even do ASMR for it. Oh, Cinder Shadow, that was... Matt read that on Sunday. He's talking about the Baldo. Did you hear about the Baldo?
I heard about
it, and no is the
Absolutely
answer.
not.
All right, are you ready for this, ladies? Are you
right.
prepared?
Yes.
Have you prepared your vaginas for this?
All right.
It does have something to do with it.
All right.
God, this is gonna hurt your head.
This is from @Matthew68329130. Don't mind going to try and find him. His account has been suspended.
For good reason.
By the way, in regard to woman's pleasure, know that the majority of women do not enjoy clitoral stimulation or either giving or receiving oral sex, and prefer penetrative sex from behind anatomically. It's just psychopathic whores who phallicize the clitoris. They're male beings.
First of all,
No.
punctuation. Second of all,
He's got decent punctuation.
okay. The last sentence, it's just psychopathic whores who phallicize the clitoris, they're male beings. That's 2 sentences. That's
Yeah,
not
there's
one
a-
sentence.
Yeah, there's a comma there that would separate the 2 sentences.
No, it should be a period. Because those 2 sentences don't connect to each other. They are 2 separate statements. Needs to be a period. Also, he got lied to.
Yeah.
A lot.
Ray would like to point out, a woman's nethers are like a mouse. Look at the mouse on your desk and try to disagree.
Fuck off, Wren. Or not Wren, Ray. Sorry, Wren.
Hey, wrong
Fuck off,
person. So
Because
sick.
I actually looked at my mouse. He's absolutely right.
So, before I get on to the Florida Man story, which we're going to have another guessing game with it, I want to go over this tweet and the insanity of it.
Mhm.
I have 2 ladies right here on my panel with me, as well
Yes.
as a few ladies in the chat. Ali, if you're going to sleep now, you're going to have to listen to the playback tomorrow so you can hear about Mitzi's butthole. So, ladies, and ladies in the chat, I'm assuming you know where your fun button is.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you like when it's stimulated?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know why you enjoy why it's stimulated?
Because it's
Blood
a
flow.
bundle of nerve endings.
Yeah.
Yes, it is about 8,000 nerve endings that are from the tip of your clitoris to the base of your G-spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Those
a
are-
wonderful series of nerve endings.
They are there to help enhance sex. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you could clear that up. And anyone in the chat, go ahead. And if you have a female companion, you know for a fact that they enjoy it, let us know in the chat. Mitzi, I know you know where your fun button is. Those are in the other pictures that you sent. So, if you don't like it, explain why. Or if your female companion doesn't like it, explain why. Now we move on. They also don't like to give or receive oral sex.
Receive and give For most women, yes. For me, yes. There are some women who don't like giving, but they do like receiving.
Well, yeah, but that's called not fair. If you're going to receive, you better damn well give.
Mm.
So, Wren, you said yourself you enjoy giving and receiving. Ishtar, if you can stop blushing for a second,
Shut up.
do you like giving and receiving?
Giving and receiving which act?
Oral sex.
I usually have to be in the mood to give, but I do enjoy receiving.
Well, I was going to say I don't know a female alive who doesn't enjoy receiving. This is where the whole he was lied to things comes from. Because basically what he's admitting to is that any female partner that this chud has ever had was embarrassed when he decided to go down on her because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
There's a couple theories. It could be he, much like men, women don't like too much teeth. He could that could be a problem where they just went, no, we just don't like it, just for him to never do it again. And same way around, women don't realize too much teeth, and guys don't like it either.
Yeah, but
So.
there's tricks to actually help you out.
I
Of the
didn't
things.
say there aren't tricks. I just said this one doesn't know him.
Well, yeah, of course he doesn't know because he's probably never been near a vagina. So, men, I'm going to help you out here. Wren, you can tell this to Igor too. There are a couple things you can do to guarantee that your woman is going to ask for more. You take your tongue and you roll it. Ever so slightly. Roll it up, roll it down, go to the space in between where the clitoris is and the opening of the vagina and lick it up and down. This is going to be demonetized, just deal with it. Then there are other fun things you can do. One of the most common ones that is known about is you do the ABCs with your tongue. So you make a capital A and then a capital B, and you use the entire area to write out your magnum opus. Do you two need a cigarette yet?
I know Ishii does.
Keep going. I'm having really great flashbacks right now.
And of course, believe it or not, women enjoy the same thing as men do. They like suction, they like flicking, they like stroking. So just continue with that, and I'm sure that they will guarantee to enjoy receiving oral sex. Now, as for giving oral sex, the only reason I can think that they wouldn't enjoy giving it is, one, they just don't like how the penis looks, or you're unwashed, or a multitude of reasons. The other one is most women don't like it when you grab the top of their head and just force it down their throat without them asking for it.
See, for me, my hesitations is because I don't like the texture when he comes in my mouth. Well, Matt hasn't, but ex-husband did, and I did not like the texture of it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Ishtar?
Huh?
You're about as red as your hair.
Shut up.
Now, let's go on to the final part of this.
May
And
have
they-
to go to a different type of gym tonight.
And they only prefer penetrative sex from behind, anatomically.
Bullshit.
There are plenty of other positions that work amazing. And to be fair, what this guy's forgetting is every woman is different. Some women, yeah. Other women, it's a multitude of places and positions.
It does also, believe it or not, it has to do as well with the shape of the guy's penis. Because if it bends to the left or the right a little bit, it's not going to hit certain pressure points. If it curves up a little bit, you're going to get different pressure points. So that changes which positions actually feels the best.
Yeah.
I used to be all about doggy style. That used to be my favorite. And now my favorite is either missionary or being on top because of where he rubs when he's moving. It
Fair
does
enough.
make it does make a difference, guys. Figure that part out.
You are making Mitzi melt in her chair right now. You understand that, yes?
Mitzi
Someone
just
go
needs
get
help.
Mitzi a towel! And possibly a rowboat.
It also depends on how thick the guy is too, as to what position works best.
That's true. If he's a thinner guy, you want something that's going to put pressure around him without having to be clenched the entire time. If he's a bigger guy, it's not gonna matter. You're gonna be stretched like a Christmas turkey.
Yeah.
Gonna feel fat.
Clever wants you and Matt to be banned from your gym. Says, well, nobody's going to be watching the shower at your gym too close this late at night.
No, we are not into public sex.
Sure you're not.
We aren't.
Yeah.
Public sex is only fun when you at least know reasonably you could get away with it.
Yeah.
So basically what all of this is doing is basically saying this man has never seen, been near, touched, smelled, tasted, or even glanced a vagina in his life.
No, I don't believe that. I actually think he has had female partners. I just think he was really bad at what he did. So they lied to him to hurt his feelings. Because that is a thing. Women are encouraged to fake it to make their partners feel good about themselves.
I don't want my partner to lie. If I'm doing something wrong, you fucking tell me.
Yes.
Most guys who can't tell you're faking it can't tell for a reason.
Because they've never.
Yeah, they don't know what it is to do it the right way.
Trust me. I've been with one of my ex-boyfriends was no bigger than a mini Bic lighter.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Wren.
I will say this, a thinner guy is really good for anal. You know?
I was talking in length too.
Oh, Wren, I'm so sorry, Wren.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's X. And yeah, that one couldn't tell faking it to save his life.
Ray says, you faked it? You couldn't tell? I was reading a book.
Yeah. Accurate. But
look,
yeah,
I just want to say, I
guy-
like when it's all right. I like when a woman tells me if I'm doing something right or wrong. I turned Wren into an actual hentai at one point, going from one end through the other, and she really didn't like that afterwards, so I had to hold it back.
Just tone it. You have to tone it down just a little bit.
that is how it should be. You should not be afraid to give your partner honest feedback. Like, if he didn't get you off, tell him, you didn't get me off. Let's fix that next time around. And if he's a good guy, he'll say, well, let's fix that now.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to want you to be unsatisfied.
Which, to be fair, going back to my one comment, makes me think that the guy who wrote the tweet has a very small.
Either that or he's just
'Cause-
bad at it.
Well, but here's my theory about why small. Then, if it's from behind, she could be trolling. She could be going through Twitter or Facebook while he's doing it.
No, what she's doing is getting herself off.
That too.
Because he can't see what she's doing with her hands when they're doing it from behind.
Ray says to point out the tourist attractions. All right. Let's not make this entire episode about sex because I don't want Ishtar sliding off of her chair. Mitzi is already on the floor.
Mitzi's halfway across the ocean.
Mitzi is the ocean. What are you talking about?
So let's play a game with
All
this
right.
Florida man story. We have talked about a bunch of things that Florida man has stolen before. So
Mhm.
here we go.
Somebody's mouse.
What?
That's what he stole. He stole someone's mouse Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Ah, no, those were other articles that had to deal with death, murder, and dismemberment. I didn't pick those.
Okay.
Florida man hauled stolen blank atop his sedan.
Couch.
I'm gonna say kayak.
How's it going, Ghost Dog? All
Hey,
of you
Ghost
in the
Dog.
chat, all of you in the chat, go ahead and put your own thoughts in. Florida man holds stolen blank atop his sedan. So Wren says couch, and you said
Kayak.
kayak. So let's see what the chat says. Malik says you probably made Ishtar horny a little, Antoine. This will probably give her some ideas tonight. Nathan says meth. He just has meth on top of his car. You know, it is Florida. I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
entirely possible.
Clever says gerbils. Gnostic says baldo. Zeogold says taco stand. How's it going, JR? JR says goat. Mansquatch. Ray says Macy's mannequin. Malik says a microwave. Ben says a gator. And Ghost Dog is right back behind him with gator. None of you are close. Are you ready? We're going to have to put this on the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Because this is another new one. Florida man hauled stolen I-4 utility pole atop his sedan.
Okay.
What? One more time.
Florida man hauled stolen I-4 Interstate 4 utility pole atop his sedan.
Okay.
That's a thing to steal.
Like I said,
I
that's
have
a new
questions. My first question is how the fuck did he get it? The second is what type of sedan is he driving that can carry something that big and heavy? And my third question is how far did he get before someone said something? Also, Mitzi is so excited by our previous conversation, she has the hiccups.
Just rub it the right way, darling. They'll go away. So there is dash cam footage of this, but I'm gonna read it and then we can look at the dash cam. Tampa, Florida. A driver looking to make some quick cash caused quite the spectacle on Interstate 4 through Hillsborough County on Monday. Florida Highway Patrol said a driver picked up a downed metal utility pole, strapped it to the roof of here's an answer to your question, Ishtar, a 1997 Toyota Camry.
A Toyota Camry?
Yes. And planned to sell it to a scrapyard. He didn't get too far.
How did he get it?
It was already downed.
Oh,
Yeah, but he just picked it up by himself? Did he
Yeah.
have a crew? Did he have friends? Those things are hollow, but they're solid metal.
I'm sure he did it himself. Gnostic says Mitzi gets picked on a lot here. Well, unfortunately for this episode, Mitzi started it. She's
Also, sorry.
Go ahead.
Also, Gnostic, Mitzi knows that it's all in good fun and she can say stop at any point and we will immediately stop.
And if you can see the chat, if you can see the screen right now, he does look like someone who would steal a utility pole. Just after 10 a.m., Florida Highway Patrol got a call from someone who witnessed another driver loading the pole onto his roof on the outside shoulder of I-4 west at mile marker 9, just east of I-75. I don't know if we needed all of that information, but they gave it to us. The witness followed at a safe distance until a trooper made a traffic stop at 50th Street North and Adamo Drive in East Tampa. Here you go. This is to show you how strong the man is. The driver, 71-year-old Douglas Hatley,
God damn.
said he was trying to turn in the pole as scrap metal for cash, and that he didn't know it was illegal to remove the pole. even if it was broken or had fallen.
To be fair, I didn't know that either. Also, meth was definitely involved because that man is 71 years old and he picked up that pole to take it with him.
How's it going, James? He was on some serious drugs, he's guessing. Yes, yeah, we're guessing that. And Gnostic says, Jesus, it's anorexic Trump. This was no easy feat. His car is about 15.7 feet long. In the photos taken, which there is a photo down below, at the scene, the pole and its shadow extend well past the trunk. The trooper on the scene noted that appeared the pole was attached to telephone wire, or attached with telephone wire. So that's how he tied it down. He used telephone wire. He did not come prepared for this.
That is some strong wire, though, so at least that does, yeah.
And here we go, here's a pun from Fox 13, so enjoy this. Reputable scrap yards wouldn't have touched that item with a 10-foot pole.
Oh.
It's a highly regulated selling process, according to a local scrap metal company. They take photos, fingerprints, driver's license information, and upload every transaction to an FDLE database. That's not true because he probably wasn't going to a reputable scrapyard.
Yeah.
Plus,
he's going to a different kind of scrapyard.
Plus, under state law, certain items require reasonable proof of ownership, such as utility or light poles, manhole covers, guardrails, street signs, historical markers, funeral markers, and shopping carts. Hatley was arrested and taken to Hillsborough County Jail. He's charged with grand theft. It did not dent the roof of his car.
Jesus Christ, what was it made of? Solid steel?
Probably.
The picture's right there. It did not dent. Like, his side mirror is on with duct tape, but the rest of the car is perfectly fine, if a little dirty.
Wow.
Zeogold says,
damn.
old man must be on testosterone patches. Not wrong. So yeah, I found that one. Thought it would be fun. Now, I can do a quick one. Do you all remember a... How's it going, Zor? Yes, you're just a tiny wee bit late. Do you all remember there was a viral video going around of a man getting just the soul slapped out of him by someone with a twisted T?
Vaguely?
Well, this Florida man escalated that. Florida man armed with twisted T and a metal pipe threatens former employer.
Okay.
Excuse me. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is making things clear. When you threaten your former employer with a deadly weapon, you get arrested. Shane Gillis is accused of threatening to injure his ex-employer. When deputies arrived to detain Gillis, they overheard him tell the victim he had something for them and was on his way. Gillis was holding a twisted tea can in his right hand, which is considered a deadly weapon on the streets. He kept his left hand behind his back as he walked towards the victim. When deputies stopped Gillis, he told them he had a metal pipe tucked into the back of his jeans. Well, I mean, no one ever really tells you what type of stick they have stuck up their ass, but I guess he went with metal. As Gillis was being handcuffed, he continued to threaten the victim, because that's always smart. He was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. The metal pipe in Gillis's jeans was about 28 inches of solid metal. Did the Twisted T make him do it, or was Gillis going to do it with the Twisted T? CCSO may never know. So
We will never know.
That's one for all of you. Never threaten your employer with tea.
You know, when you said twisted tea, I was picturing like an actual t-shirt that had been twisted up, maybe soaked in water.
No,
No, it
they're
was
like a
talking
whip.
the alcoholic beverage.
yeah.
I was not. Yeah, I was not expecting actual twisted tea. I just that was not the image that came to my head.
Well, our talk about the tweet caused us to go almost to break time, so we're going to have our break a little bit early.
Okay.
Ishtar, why don't you go first, since you do have a Patreon tier that you like to talk about?
I do, and I've actually been thinking about repricing that a little bit. Um, so as everyone knows, I like to bake,
Hmm.
and I need excuses to bake because COVID has basically made it so I can't dispose of my baked goods in the usual way by giving them to my coworkers who are not happy about that, but it's the way it is. Uh, because I don't know why my work decided to be assholes about this, but they did. So I started a Patreon tier. It's called Baked with Ishtar. And you sign up, and once a month, you'll get to vote on it, but once a month, I will send you out an entire batch of whatever that month's goods are. So it's like if I make cookies that month, you get an entire batch of cookies, which usually ranges from 2 to 3 dozen cookies. If I make brownies, you get the pan of brownies. So you get some good food. Most of the cost of the Patreon tier is purely for shipping because it's expensive to do USPS priority fast as we can so that you guys can have it while it's still fresh. Wren is going to be getting last night's creation, which is Bailey's brownies.
And looking forward to it.
Yep. No, I did not go with food porn because I don't want people to misunderstand what it is. So if you want to sign up, because I don't have a Patreon of my own, go to Antoine's Patreon and sign up there.
Which
I
is
am
linked
going
down below.
It is. I'm going to be repricing it down to $35. If you don't want to sign up for the monthly subscription, which is honestly the best way, for $40 when I'm on my baked streams, and only while I'm on my doing a baking stream, you can pay me the $40 and I will send you what I'm baking that night. So whatever it is I feel like baking, if that's what you want, you pay me and I'll ship it out to you in the next day or so. I also do have a Twitch stream, obviously, because I do baked streams. It's twitch.tv/IshtarJMO. And Ray, that's exactly what it is. I owe Wren and Igor about 5 more baked goods, which will get there gradually.
We can wait.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to flood you with it because then it'll go bad before you eat it all.
True.
So, I do take requests, Gnostic. If you want me to do something keto, let me know. I'll come up with recipes. If you want vegan, I'll find recipes for it. It's fun. You know, I enjoy experimenting. But I do streaming in general Mondays and Fridays. Friday is now our multiplayer stream. We'll be doing Raft with the Adventurers Guild, including Wren, Igor, Matt, Blonzilla, and KG. Mondays are my whatever I want to do. Next week is going to be a group Among Us stream. So be part of my Discord if you want to play with that. And every now and again, I help out with Matt doing voices on his channel. And of course, I'm here every Tuesday with MSNBC.
All right, Wren, go ahead.
I'm Wren. I have a show rendition. I will be streaming twice a week. Days to be decided. Friday afternoons for sure. I'll be doing cooking streams, showing off some brewing streams for the minion so he could make everyone jealous with his alcohol and the creations he decides to come up with. And you can catch me here every week and playing video games and doing bad voices when we read really bad books as well.
And everyone in the chat, I hope you know who I am. I announced myself at the beginning of the stream. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great. I am the host of Help for the Guildless, regardless what other people have said. And I do a multitude of things. Right now, I am deciding to do a lot of Reddit stories. They're fun to read. And if you can't tell, the way that this channel is going is we're doing more voice things. Because it's fun. It's fun for me, it's fun for Ishtar and Wren, it's fun for the chat, it's fun for people to take part in. And if you would like to take part, there are Patreon tiers for that. They are part of the crew and part of the cast. Each one has its own rewards and has its own benefits. The link to the Patreon is down below if you want to do Ishtar's thing, or if you want to become part of the cast or crew. Mitzi is part of the crew, and she is actually taking a guest spot on the next video that is going up tomorrow. But if you don't want to support the channel monetarily, you can just hit like, share this around, and subscribe. It is the best way to do it. Interacting in the chat also feeds that YouTube algorithm. Because I have been so lax with doing videos and things like I used to, I've pretty much abused the YouTube algorithm and it's not talking to me anymore. So we need to get back up into the spotlight of people. So
what did you do to the YouTube algorithm?
I ignored it.
You know it doesn't like that.
Yes, I know. But we do Reddit stories here. We also do what we call Cringe Book Club. Now, Cringe Book Club does not mean it's all cringe. We have a very good story we're going to be finishing soon, which is called Sarah and the Fangirl. That was written by our very own Man-Squatch Meme-Smith. It's very well written. It's voiced by, well, myself, Matt, Sarah, Ishtar, and Mitzi, as well as Wren. You were there too, right?
Yeah.
And Wren.
I'm gonna be there, and Snoofles, I hear, will be there for the next one.
No, Snoofles needs to go to rehab.
Oh.
So Cringe Book Club just is the title because we do read cringy stories. After we do Sarah and the Fangirl, we'll probably be having to read My Haunted Vagina.
Oh,
It's gonna be fabulous.
It's gonna be awesome.
And we also have 2 streaming shows that we try to do regularly. Of course, you're watching one now, MSNBC, and then there's the one on Sunday. I can never remember what it's
Last
called.
Fox.
You can remember it. You just don't want to, because he gets almost as many views as you do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Matt does this weird show on Sunday where he talks about things like the Boldo. But with all that being said, we should probably get back to our regularly scheduled program. And since it is after the break, you get to hear about the headlines. Wren, I give it to you.
All right. Well, for my headline, we have Colombia's cocaine hippos must be stopped. Scientists warn.
They must be stopped.
They must be stopped.
Must
They're
be.
the cartel.
Pablo Escobar's hippos are taking over the marshlands of Colombia and need to face the same fate as their late owner before they become impossible to control, scientists warn. The so-called cocaine hippos were illegally imported to the country by the notorious drug lord who was shot dead by authorities in 1993. The rapidly breeding beasts have grown to become the largest invasive species on the planet and could reach dangerous numbers in the next 2 decades.
This is why you don't bring outside species to, natural habitats. That's in Australia you couldn't bring things in, like frogs. Frogs showed up when they weren't supposed to and destroyed entire ecosystems.
Nobody likes the idea of shooting a hippo, but we have to accept there's no other strategy is going to work. Ecologist Natalie Castillo Blanco Martinez told the outlet. When Escobar was killed, the authorities took control of his 7,000-acre zoo. While most of the animals found homes at zoos elsewhere, 4 hippos escaped. With no real predators, there are anywhere between 80 to 100 descendants of Escobar's former pets terrorizing the country's lakes and rivers, the Telegraph reported. Scientists have projected that the hippo population could surge to 1,500 by 2024.
So what you're saying is, those hippos got busy.
Yes, they did. Hippos pose a threat to the natural wildlife since their urine and feces are toxic, potentially sickening other species, even humans. David Echiri Lopez, a government environmentalist, said they're racing to castrate the critters before they take over. The hippos have become part of the local identity, but time is running out, he said.
What, are they going to go lift up the hippo's skirts and snip away?
Yes.
I do not envy them that job.
No,
Hippos are not nice animals.
they're not. Probably not that nice when they're facing castration either.
No.
Others fear there no other option than to slaughter them. Relocation might have been possible 30 years ago when there were only 4 hippos. Castration would also have been effective if officials provided sufficient resources for the program early on, but a cull is now the only option.
All right then. Ghost Dog in the chat says, Pablo's revenge, his plan from beyond the grave. And Tom and Malik are having a discussion. Tom says, dude, just eat the hippos. It's a pretty easy solution. Malik doesn't think that's a good idea. And Tom says, I'm of the understanding that they are quite healthy and taste like pork. I don't know.
How do you know that?
Yeah, I'm really interested in how you know that, Tom.
Yeah. How do you know that hippo tastes like pork? Moving on. Whose turn is it? My turn?
Yeah, that would be your turn. We get
Let's
to
talk
talk about Mitzi's butthole?
Well, we don't know if it's Mitzi's butthole, but let's find out.
All right.
First preserved dinosaur butthole is perfect and unique, paleontologist says.
Mitzi, did you know...
Wait. This was a multi-purpose hole.
Most buttholes usually are.
Now you can ask Mitzi your question.
Mitzi, I didn't know yours was perfect and unique. I mean, is it like a fingerprint?
The first dinosaur butthole ever discovered is shedding light where the sun don't shine. The discovery reveals how dinosaurs use this multi-purpose opening, scientifically known as a cloacal vent, for pooping, peeing, breeding, and egg laying. The dinosaur's derriere is so well preserved, researchers could see the remnants of 2 small bulges by its back door, which might have housed musky scent glands that the reptile possibly used during courtship, an anatomical quirk also seen in living crocodilians, said scientists who studied the specimen.
Mitzi, shame on you. For shame.
Although this dinosaur's caboose shares some characteristics with the backsides of some living creatures, it's also a one-of-a-kind opening, researchers found. The anatomy is unique. Study lead researcher Jacob Vinther, a paleobiologist at the University of Bristol in the United Kingdom, told Live Science. It doesn't quite look like the opening on birds, which are the closest living relatives of dinosaurs. It does look like the back opening on a crocodile, he said, but it's different in some ways. It's its own cloaca, shaped in its perfect, unique way, Vinther said.
Mitzi has someone fawning over her butt.
Oh dear, Mitzi. Get it, girl. The well-preserved booty belongs to the dinosaur Psittacosaurus, a bristly-tailed, Labrador-sized, horn-faced dinosaur, meaning it was a relative of the Triceratops. Oh, see, Mitzi's a flying dinosaur. So
yeah, this is a relative of. So this is. It's frilly, it's small, It's aggressive. Sounds like Mitzi.
Yeah.
Maybe the wings
but-
were just. Maybe the wings just fell off of the. That's what it is. The wings just fell off of the fossil.
See, no, you don't know that. It could be just Mitzi's cousin.
Entirely possible. Previously, Vinther and his colleagues had studied this specimen found in China to determine its skin color, and at the time he noted that its nether regions were well preserved. Then I got a chance to look at the specimen again, up close, and suddenly realized, oh my god, the cloaca is actually quite well preserved, and we can actually see some anatomy that I didn't think we could see, Vinther said. So he took a closer look with study co-researcher Robert Nicholas, a paleo artist, and Diane Kelly, an expert on vertebrate penises and copulatory systems at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. How the hell do you get a specialization in that?
I don't know, but what this is basically saying is Mitzi's apparently opened an OnlyFans where they are getting up close and personal with her cloaca.
Clearly.
Mitzi, I
Really?
thought you were just a one-person dino bird. I didn't know that you took on two at a time.
None of the reproductive soft tissues, like a penis, were preserved, so the researchers can't say whether the dinosaur was male or female. Even so, this dinosaur likely had copulatory sex, unlike some birds that bump butts when they do a cloacal kiss during reproduction, Vinther said.
What's the fun
Just
in that?
Sounds kinky.
It does sound kinky.
Yep. Let's see. Based on its preserved anatomy, the opening could have either been horizontally oriented like a bird's or vertically oriented like a crocodile cloaca. Moreover, the team noticed the outer regions of the cloaca were covered with a dark shade of melanin. Perhaps this darkly pigmented area was a type of visual display, similar to bright red butts seen in baboons.
Mitzi!
The reddish-brown Psittacosaurus was counter-shaded, meaning it had a dark back and a light underside, so its pigmented posterior would have stood out. My goodness, Mitzi. Oh my goodness.
Scandalous. Absolutely scandalous.
Next thing you know, she's going to be bedazzling it to get people's attention.
Don't bedazzle your butthole, Mitzi. It's not good.
Let's see. The rest of it goes into biology, and it's really quite dry. But interesting quote.
The butthole is quite dry, Ishtar.
Oh my god. Here's a fun quote. It's like a Swiss Army knife of excretory openings, Vinther said. It does.
Okay, what did I just come back to here?
Apparently, Mitzi has a Mitzi has a bedazzled Swiss Army butthole.
Mitzi,
Yes,
I
Mitzi,
think,
the article is over now.
Mitzi, I think we've learned a little too much about stuff right now.
Poor Mitzi is trying to dig to the center of the earth to escape this article.
We have to go back to read some chat. Tom says hippopotamus. The taste is mild, less than lamb, and more than beef, slightly more marbled than usual venison. It tastes exactly like, well, hippo. February 19th, 2014. He says, I know because I looked it up when the story came out months ago. Gnostic wants to invent a new kind of anal scan machine, a new kind of ID. Tom, also talking about the hippos, says they hunt because they are hungry, but also for profit. The meat, though tough, is a pricey delicacy, and a 3-ton hippo fetches thousands of dollars in village markets across northeastern Congo.
Well, then send the people from the Congo over to. They could solve the problem like in a month for Colombia. Just hire them; they'll be more than happy to help.
Hasta follows up with, there are certain discussions on here that remind me why I listen to these with headphones on. This is one of them.
Yes, this is.
Ishtar, that paleontologist can now write expert on dino badonkadonks on their resume.
Yes, they can.
And He also says, it's a triceratops. It means I retroactively wrote an anal scene.
That's true, Ray.
Yeah.
You kinky bastard, yeah.
Nathan comes in and say, I guess you could say all of these jokes at Mitzi's expense make us a bunch of ass.
Oh.
Ben comes in with, so this means that Mitzi is close to a Florida man's favorite reptile. Yes, she is close to a crocodile. So, how's it going, God Pikachu? Yeah, Mitzi is definitely trying to dig to the center of the earth.
Mitzi's kind of hiding. Since it's cringe time.
No, it's my turn.
Or is it your turn? Or is it that?
My turn.
Okay.
Trying to skip over me.
No, I'm totally not.
So this is a short article, so I have two short ones. The first one also has to do with one of Mitzi's cousins.
Okay.
Alleged home burglar shot said he was being chased by a dinosaur.
Mitzi, what were you doing?
Nathan says, I don't know, Dino Butthole was pretty cringe. It's not every day that you find out one of the people who watch you religiously and enjoy hearing you purr has a bedazzled Swiss Army butthole.
She's coming out of her hole now.
Police say a Florida woman was forced to shoot an alleged burglar who she said broke into her home while screaming about dinosaurs. The incident took place Tuesday in Deltona, according to NBC affiliate WESH-TV. When the woman said she was home with several teenagers inside at the time and heard the sound of shattering glass. The homeowner shot the alleged burglar, identified as 32-year-old Joseph Roberts, in the arm after telling a 911 operator that she did not want to pull the trigger. Roberts told officers he believed he was being chased by dinosaurs and may have ingested some bad drugs. He was taken to an area hospital where he is expected to survive. Officials say Roberts may have broken into as many as 4 homes Tuesday morning. Yeah, he might have had some bad drugs. Possibly.
Might. Maybe. Possibly. Most likely.
Alright, now, for my headline article. It's not a Florida man story. Unfortunately. It's a Florida woman story. Again, it's just a quick one. But it's good, nonetheless. Florida woman throws a bucket of feces on an elderly landlord.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
We may find out. Like I said, it's a short article.
That's gross.
Very.
It is gross. Whatever happened to just putting it on the doorstep and setting it on fire?
A woman was arrested this weekend after deputies say she threw a bucket of feces, and there is a picture of the woman covered in feces, a bucket of feces at her roommate outside her Central Florida apartment. NBC affiliate WESH-TV reports the incident took place Saturday in Volusia County when Joanne Mercada was charged with battery on an elderly person after the incident. According to police, the female victim said she knocked on Mercada's door to do some repairs in the apartment but got no answer. After opening the door, the victim said Mercada threw the bucket on her. Mercada initially told deputies she was attacked, but later admitted to throwing the bucket on her and claimed she was going to throw a bucket of water, but got the two buckets confused. What? Why do you have a bucket of shit in your house and a bucket of water?
Maybe she tans leather the old-fashioned way.
How do you get that confused?
I don't know. God, Pikachu, jiggles cost money. You know that.
Wait, we're charging for jiggles? How much does a jiggle cost?
I usually charge, I'll be nice, $2.
Wow.
Or
That's a deal.
we charge $10 and we get 4 jiggles.
4 jiggles?
Yes. Well,
That is a bargain. That is a bundle.
there's 4 things that need to jiggle, and there are 2 women.
Excuse me. I didn't agree to jiggle. And honestly, I'm wearing a sports bra. It really doesn't do the jiggle thing.
You just jiggled.
No, I lifted my bra.
Yeah, you did it yourself. You jiggled.
You know what? Just to thwart you because I can. Free jiggles. There you go.
Well, Mitzi's hole just filled up. No, Wren, you were my holdout.
No, that's their one free jiggle for each of us. That was the one free jiggle.
All right.
You have to give them something so they know what they're getting.
So, Mitzi says I was just going to ask how much to get Ishii to jiggle. And Tom says, let me know, I'll hype that up. $2, huh? That's like a table dance at a low-rate Midwest strip club. I can work with this.
This means more jiggles will cost money. They got their freebie.
Look at it this way, guys. At least when you pay us, you know you get something out of it. It's not just a random donation.
Yeah.
Gnostic says, shit, that was $10 worth of jiggles. Yeah, which you got for free. You're welcome. They did it just to spite me.
Tom says your jiggle kept fading into your background, Wren, and that you're jiggling the cosmos.
Yes, I am.
How is it possible you get flame in the middle of deep space?
Reasons.
Just reasons.
Hey, you forget. Killing Joke just gave $5. There we go.
How's it going, Killing Joke? He says, hires, here is money.
So there, Killing Joke paid for half the jiggles.
Half the jiggles.
Aw, thanks, Joke. I hope you got to see the jiggles.
Yeah. And you do forget there, Antoine, there was a Marvel character that could light cigars in space. And rode a motorcycle.
No,
Lobo.
That was Lobo. That's DC.
DC, either way. If he could light a cigar in space, I can light a cigarette.
He's also immortal.
Because he made himself such an asshole in the afterlife, they were like, fuck this, don't ever come back, bitch.
Got Pikachu? It costs more money per feet. I have limits.
We once talked about starting an OnlyFans just for feet.
Yeah.
Can we move on to the cringe that isn't about feet pics?
Sure.
All right.
Do you want to hear about a nice story about a cat, or the weirdest giveaway for Valentine's Day I've ever heard of?
Well, Valentine's Day is on its way. What do you think I want to hear about?
He needs to come up with something to give Sarah.
I don't think he wants to give this to Sarah.
No, but
Let's
Tom
do it.
wants to know if there's a menu. He goes, wait, are we doing feet now too? I need to know. Is there like a menu?
All right, we are putting a stop to this. We're moving on.
We'll work on the menu later-ish.
So we're gonna have a fun guessing game with this. Ishtar, what is this law firm giving away?
Gift cards for your next divorce.
All right, chat. What do you think the law firm is giving away? I can't guess because I know what it is. Wren can't guess because, well, it's her article. What do you think is being given away? Oh, Malik says, I wonder how much it would cost for booty, particularly Mitzi's. Mitzi responded with, you couldn't afford it, Malik. Mitzi, those are dangerous words. I have learned those are dangerous words because now you're just haggling price.
Not that dangerous.
Mitzi, you've got someone wanting to pay to see your booty.
Mitzi, don't go lower than 25. Don't go lower than 25.
Yeah.
Alright. Hasta says expired Christmas cookies. I think Zor said cats.
Nope. Are we stopping the guessing game?
Only 2 people have guessed because I think they're trying to figure out how much to give Mitzi to get a picture of her booty. So I'm gonna let's give it just a little bit longer. What is the law firm giving away? The souls of the innocent.
No, lawyers keep that for themselves. What else are they going to eat?
Tom says bail, and Ben C wants to know the price for pictures of Mitzi's butt. I told you, Mitzi, those are dangerous, dangerous words. Oh, God Pikachu says free feet pics.
Nope, not free pics.
Alright, let's... Wren? Oh,
Cross-
Malik says sex toys.
Crossville law firm giving away a free divorce for Valentine's Day.
So, Ishtar, you were half right.
I was pretty close.
You were pretty close.
Crossville, Tennessee, a law firm out of Crossville, Tennessee, is giving away a divorce to a winner of their Valentine's Day contest. The Powers law firm says Valentine's Day to some is a reminder that they are trapped in a marriage they cannot afford to get out of, or for some other reason. Here's what you need to do to enter. The divorce must be agreed upon by both parties. You must submit a story as to why you wish to get divorced to the law firm. Submissions will be accepted through Monday, February 15th. The winner will be selected on February 19th. The submissions will also need to include a phone number and an email address where you can be contacted. There is no cost for entry. Contestants will not be charged for Mrs. Powers' services or court filing fees. However, if the divorce involves minor children, the contestants will have to pay a parent education class. This contest is for Tennessee residents, and the firm says it has the right to limit the selected winners to uncontested agreed divorce with minimal or no child custody issues.
Okay.
$15 from Ghost Dog. Purr for the ladies, Antoine. Wren and Ish, jiggles for the people. What do you want to do first, the purr or the jiggling?
Go ahead and purr.
Purr first.
Thank you, Ghost Dog.
Thank you.
All right, jiggle away. Who goes
I went
first?
first last time, Wren. Now it's your turn.
All right.
Wren is jiggling the cosmos, and Ishtar is about to knock down a tree in Minecraft with hers.
There you go.
Do you want to know what's funny?
Huh.
While you were jiggling, your shirt changed the same colors as Steve's.
Huh. That's interesting.
That's different.
Zio Gold says I should check out the memes in my Discord. I will have to do it after the show. Because
Yes, Malik, jiggle, jiggle.
Because Gnostic also said check out the not safe for work, and that's we don't. Whenever someone has said you should check out the not safe for work channel, it's usually a bad idea.
It is. That's
Yeah.
bad advice. Don't do that.
Don't.
All right, Ishtar, science us.
Science you. Dead women spend years proving she is alive. Jean Pouchain has...
Wait. Is this the wife of the guy that we were talking tweet about?
Quite possibly. Would explain a lot. Jean Pouchain has spent the last 3 years trying to prove to French authorities that she isn't dead. The 58-year-old's troubles began in 2004 when she was ordered by an industrial tribunal to pay damages to a former member of staff at her company who had been let go after a contract fell through. The ruling ended up never being enforced because it was against the company, not Pouchane herself. Though in 2016, an appeals court made the false assumption that she was dead, something that her disgruntled former employee also later confirmed, despite the fact that she was very much alive.
Oh, yes,
As
let's just take the word of a disgruntled employee.
Right.
Totally.
As a result, she was removed from the official records, which invalidated all her bank accounts, her driver's license, and any other documentation that proved her existence. Since she has spent the last 3 years in legal limbo attempting to set the record straight, but remains officially dead despite obviously being alive and having this fact confirmed by her doctor.
So she is not a zombie.
No. I have no identity papers, no health insurance. I cannot prove to the banks that I am alive. I'm nothing, she said. It's time someone said stop. If I don't fight, nobody's going to fight for me. My husband's grandmother is 102. She has lived through many things, including the war, but she says she's never suffered anything as hard as I've been through.
God damn. How?
Yeah.
Okay. You show up in court, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
say, I'm alive. This is my ID before I was claimed dead. Same picture. Here are all my former bills for my address. This is my former bank account number before I was declared dead. As you can see, I'm very much alive.
See, here's the thing. Is anybody could walk in and say, here's all the documentation to prove it, but it doesn't actually prove that the person who's giving that documentation is her. What she needs is, it would be easier in the United States because all you would need is your birth certificate, because your birth certificate has your tiny little baby fingerprints on them. Your fingerprints don't change.
Or easier if you ever worked for the government, where they have to say, take your DNA, go DNA test me.
Yeah.
That, or no, actually, even if you don't work for the government, if you have kids or a brother or a sister.
Yeah, she's got a well, no, her husband's grandmother is not related to her. She just needs to find a blood relative. And then
Goes-
she can go, here, DNA evidence, I am related to this person who says that I am who I am.
Personally, it'd probably be easier if she had kids.
Yeah.
Find a kid and go, look, this I birthed
I made this.
Ghost Dog says she's a legal zombie.
Yep, basically.
And Malik follows it up with, this could be worked into a zombie plot for a movie.
We very easily could.
Not wrong. It would have to be a comedy. Oh, what was that? The romantic comedy zombie movie, Warm Hearts or something?
Yeah.
Where the zombies they're bad, but they're technically not bad because there's others that are worse and stuff like
There are
that.
two kinds of zombies. It's because of a disease. The first zombies is your stereotypical shambling zombies, but they still retain some of their human faculties. And the reason they eat brains is because they get to relive the memories of the living, quote unquote. And then there's the progressive zombies, which are the rapacious, vicious, monster type zombies, like skeletons that are all withered and everything. And those occur because the zombies have basically given up on life.
What I'm saying is, it's a
Sorry,
situation.
I really enjoyed that movie.
It's a situation like that, where the zombies are, there's part of humanity, but she's now considered a zombie, and she gets exiled out into the world of zombies from the human settlement.
Well, where can she go? She can't really travel anywhere.
So that's what I'm saying. She, it's in a zombie apocalypse, Wren. She's not going to be traveling many places anyway. But there's a human settlement that she's a part of, and they consider her dead, and there's no way to say that she is who she is. So they kick her out, thinking she's a zombie. It's one of those quirky comedies. It's the idea for Zombieland 3. There we go. Alright. It is Florida Man time, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Okay.
Nathan, progressive as in the progression of the disease, not, well, that could still be referring to SGWs. That's not what I meant, though.
Alright. You guys are going to like this one. We're going to have another guessing game because this is just too fucking stupid. Package labeled blank leads to Florida arrest.
Sex toys.
A package labeled sex toys.
Meth.
A bag labeled meth. All right.
It's Florida. That could be packaging in Florida.
Nathan agrees with you. It says meth. Gnostic says Biden pics. No one wants that bag.
No one does.
Tom says cocaine. Malik says bomb threat. Ghost Dog also says meth. Tom also says poison.
Court order.
Ben says court order. Alright. Those of you who said meth or cocaine are partially right.
Ooh.
A package labeled bag full of drugs leads to Florida arrest.
Well, they had to be honest for the packaging.
Doesn't surprise me that it was a bag full of drugs.
And Zeo Gold throws out dino booty pics. That would be a reason for people to want the bag. So,
yeah.
Miami. Now, this is from the Associated Press. So this is a real fucking thing. Miami. 2 men charged with drug trafficking could have done a better job hiding their wares than using a package labeled bag full of drugs. Ian Simmons and Joshua Reinhardt, how dare you have that name, both 34, were pulled over in Santa Rosa County on Saturday after a trooper clocked them going 95 miles an hour, or 153 kilometers per hour, on Interstate 10 on the state panhandle, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. The trooper determined that Reinhardt was the subject of an active felony warrant for violation of probation in Orange County. He requested backup. A Santa Rosa County Sheriff's deputy arrived to assist and a canine alert to the presence of contraband in the vehicle. The arrest report said, authorities found approximately 75 grams of meth, 1.3 kilograms of the date rape drug GHB, 1 gram of cocaine, 3.6 grams of fentanyl, 15 MDMA tablets, and drug paraphernalia. It was literally a bag full of drugs. Both men were taken into custody and taken to jail. They are charged with trafficking in methamphetamine and GHB, 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Note to self, do not traffic your illegal narcotics in bags labeled bag full of drugs. Deputies wrote on Facebook. Our canines can read.
At least he was honest.
Jail records did not say whether the men had attorneys who would comment. That's because they don't. I don't know a single attorney who would look at this and go, yes, this is a slam dunk case, I'm going to win. Alright. Nathan says, because no one is going to think I should check this. And then God Pikachu says, sounds like that could have been a good party. Well, they might have been, because that was short, they might have been on their way to help this woman out.
Okay.
Another Florida woman story. A Florida woman kept skinny dipping in a neighbor's pool. She wasn't invited. Now, normally, I don't think anyone would have a problem if a female decided to go skinny dipping in their pool.
Not usually, no.
I know for a
Unless,
fact.
unless it's Jabba the Hutt.
Well, I know for a fact that no one would have a problem with you two uninvitedly skinny dipping in their pool.
I'm pretty sure they would.
Whereas someone like Tom or Nathan or Malik or Ghost Dog or Ben C might have an issue with Tess Holiday showing up.
Yeah.
We all would have an issue with Tess Holiday showing up.
I mean, there would be no water left in the pool, but that's besides the point. A Southwest Florida woman decided to make herself at home at a neighbor's pool, naked and uninvited. According to a police report from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, Capri Weidman, that's a horrible last name, Weidman, was arrested in Edgewood on Saturday on burglary and trespassing. After authorities...
I think that's Capri.
It's Capri.
Pretty sure that word is Capri.
It's Capri.
Like Capri pants.
Look up the spelling of the god Capri. After authorities viewed security
Khepri, as per Wikipedia.
This is
Also,
the American version of spelling it.
Also, the closest you're going to get out of that is Chepri. So her name is Capri.
Whatever.
Someone named their child after Capri pants.
People have named their child weirder.
True.
Viewed security footage of the defendant taking a dip in the buff. The complaint says the homeowner had called cops on Friday saying he noticed his pool cage had been cut open and spotted women's underwear, cigarettes, and a steak knife nearby.
Just in case somebody misunderstood her desire to swim in the nude as an invitation for nookie.
It's possible. The steak knife was used to cut the gate. The following day, while out of town, he told cops he saw the 22-year-old woman swimming naked while reviewing his security footage. This is not the first time the homeowner said that he had seen Weidman partake in this activity before he wasn't home and sent her letters telling her to stop. Authorities found the letters in the suspect's home. The alleged skinny dipper was released on a $10,000 bond, the homeowner was granted a restraining order, and the arraignment is set for August 17th. Weidman was not charged with any indecent exposure charges as she was at a private home. Florida law prohibits the display, exhibition, or exposure of an individual's sexual organs in a public place or while in public view. There is a mugshot. Would you like to see what she looks like?
Yes.
Sure.
Do you want to take a guess at what she looks like?
Like she's from a certain part of a city that if you say it people
Trailer trash.
claim it. Yeah.
She doesn't look that bad, but...
Okay, so middle class trailer trash.
Yeah.
Means she's got enough money to make herself look decent, but she still lives in a double wide.
Prefab home trash.
There you go.
Because prefab home is kind of like it's the upgrade from trailer trash because
Yeah, prefab home. And not necessarily a clean one.
yeah.
Ouch. That was rather harsh.
Sorry, it's just kind of the impression that I get from her. It isn't very nice. I will admit that, and I apologize for being mean.
To be
but-
fair, if she were better looking, then they wouldn't have been complaining about her using the pool.
That's very true.
Because if you're hot, then the guy goes, "There's a hot chick skinny dipping in my pool." You know what? We don't call the cops on this.
No,
But
you just make, you save those recordings.
Exactly. But she's She has a nice prefab double wide that she probably cleans once a year for Christmas.
All right. Our last cringe story of the night, Rend.
Well,
Do you
this
want
isn't
to?
really.
I was
But
gonna say, do you want to save us with something sweet and innocent?
yes, I will save you guys. Man who sprained his ankle got lost in the Alps was led back to safety by what animal?
Ren, I already showed it. I already showed it on screen.
Okay, fine. Mysterious cat. You ruined my thing.
Sorry, I didn't know you were gonna do that.
Yeah, I tried. A hiker who got lost in the Alps after spraining his ankle claims he got back to safety, all with the help of a mysterious cat. The unnamed man became disoriented while walking in the Alps near Gimwald, Switzerland, after discovering that his planned route was blocked. Lucky for him, he met a friendly cat along the way who guided him on the right path. The walker, who described his experience on Reddit, said, "The cat was just wandering around, then found me while I was resting from a hike. Then she was walking and kept looking at me to follow and led me straight to the path that would take me back down to the valley." The man had been hiking the surrounding mountains in Gimwald at the end of the ski season when he got lost. The a video allegedly showing the mysterious cat helping out the man in 2013 was linked to the Reddit post. He can be seen following the cat, asking him, "Where are you going?" before realizing the cat was showing him the way. Eventually, the man safely reaches a village and bids his rescuer goodbye, saying, "Ciao, kitty." Why didn't he just take the cat with him?
Might
Because
belong
the
to
cat probably
someone.
lived in the area.
True, but then
Look at him!
He's a fluffy kitty.
So cute.
there's proof that not all cats are evil.
Yeah, just goes to show cats can be awesome.
Just most of them are.
Most of them are definitely kind of assholes.
That cat. Well, I don't know what my cats would have done. My cats probably would have just stared at me while sitting there, going, "So what are we doing?"
It's definitely a domesticated cat. Like, it's not a feral cat.
No,
it
which is probably why he didn't take it with him.
it belongs to someone, or I
Maybe
should
someone
say,
who lives
someone
in
belongs to that cat.
At that point, someone belongs to that cat.
So,
Sad. I finished that bottle.
and what bottle did you finish, Ren?
The chocolate raspberry mead.
Aww.
I finished a bottle of it. But luckily the minion brought me more.
Alright. And what, pray tell, is going to be the last science article?
The last science article.
See, Ren is just rubbing it in our face now by pouring directly in front of the camera.
I know, she's a bitch like that.
I share.
You did.
They are delicious.
And I can share more.
Well, you gotta let me pay off the debt that we have in baked goods.
No. By all means, rack up that debt like China and the Americas. You just keep sending it and she'll keep sending you stuff back, but unfortunately she'll never be able to pay it back. So you keep getting baked goods and we keep getting, booze.
You don't get drunk.
I enjoyed the flavor.
Okay, that's true. Let's go with this one. Because the title is intriguing to me. Raven Queen missing from Tower of London, feared dead. She'll return home nevermore.
Aww.
See, we just had an uplifting story about a cat rescuing someone, and now you're going to bring us down by killing off a raven.
One of the iconic ravens
Well, we
that
like
reside
cats better.
Ravens are pretty awesome, though.
True.
One of the iconic ravens that resides in the Tower of London is missing, and officials fear the worst. Will the tower fall, as legend warns? Probably not. Merlina, a female raven, joined the corvid community at the tower in 2007 and has reigned since then as ruler of the roost, tower representatives tweeted in a thread on Jan 13. But Merlina, one of 7 royal ravens in the tower, has been missing for several weeks, and her continued absence indicates to us that she may have sadly passed away, representatives wrote in one of the tweets. The Tower of London in the United Kingdom is a lofty fortress built by William the Conqueror. He began its construction in the 1070s, and the other monarchs further enlarged and reinforced the building according to the UK website Historical Royal Palaces. Inside its fortified walls, Britain's kings and queens have imprisoned traitors to the crown, staged executions, stockpiled weapons, and hoarded precious jewels. They also created a home there for a small group of ravens. The birds have been collectively known as an unkindness since at least 1486, when the term was published in the Book of St. Albans, according to Merriam Webster. Lore dating to the days of Charles II, King of Scotland, England, and Ireland from 1660 to 1685, states that 6 ravens must live in the tower at all times, and the crown and the tower itself would fall if they left, according to HRP. Today, there are 7 ravens residing there, 6 official birds, and 1 spare, HRP says. Merlina, along with Erin, Grip, Paris, Jubilee, and Poppy, occupied lodgings in the tower's south lawn. The so-called spare raven is not named on the HRP website.
Because who cares about the spare raven?
One of the tower guards, known as a beefeater or yeoman warder, is also the designated Raven Master, tasked with caring for the birds. Christopher Skyfe is the current Raven Master, feeding his charges blood-soaked dog biscuits as a special treat, settling flock-based feuds, and foiling escape attempts, the Audubon Society wrote in a profile in 2018. Merlina was a free-spirited raven, and she went missing around Christmas time, Skyfe told BBC News on January 14th. Feathers in the wings of tower ravens are regularly trimmed to keep the birds close to home, though the birds are still able to fly short distances. Despite these precautions, some of the more adventurous ravens still manage to stray too far, HRP representatives said. There is a long and storied history of the ravens being spotted out and about around the local area, including a pair who used to nest at St. Paul's Cathedral. In 2011, one of the current ravens, Munin, reached as far as Greenwich before being returned a week later. However, the ravens generally choose to stay at the tower, where they are incredibly well fed and cared for by the Raven Master and his team, they said. Sadly, Merlina's prolonged absence suggests that the long-standing queen will return home nevermore. She will be greatly missed by her fellow ravens, the Raven Master, and all of us in the tower community, tower representatives tweeted.
They get fed blood-soaked dog biscuits.
Yes.
That's gross.
Ravens are gross, but they're good.
They're actually very highly intelligent. They will learn the habits of the humans that they live around. They have been known to mourn members of their flocks who have been lost, and they typically only take one mate. Flocks are made up of a mating pair and their children.
To be fair, maybe that's why most of those ravens have stuck around. It's like, we stick here, they feed us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a story. It was about we read it here. There was a young lady, who would give ravens things, and then they would bring her gifts. Like she dropped something into the lake off of a bridge, and a raven went and got it.
Yep.
So they are intelligent birds.
They're very social. And
How's it going, Igor?
Hi, Igor.
And yes, a flock of ravens is a murder. I also found out recently that a group of Karens is called a complaint.
It is.
That's accurate.
Okay, Kat, what are you doing?
All right. So for my last Florida Man story of the evening, we have some good advice. You won't believe what happened. A Florida man shot in the stomach after attempting to scare a friend.
Okay.
believe it or not, I also learned today that it's not a Florida Man story, but this is actually the story of Spooky and from Spooky's House of Jump Scares.
She has a story.
Yeah, the story. Well, let me read this and then I'll tell the story of Spooky that I found out about it. Because this is a very short article. Monroe County, Florida. A Sunday fishing trip to the Channel 5 bridge went wrong for two friends from Miami. A 31-year-old man changed his clothes and hid in the woods while his friend went to their car at around 5:30 a.m. When he attempted to scare the friend by jumping out of the woods, the friend drew his 9mm handgun and shot him once in the stomach. Trauma Star landed on the bridge and flew the victim to Jackson South Medical Center. Whether or not charges will be filed remains part of the ongoing investigation. As I said, it was a short article. Don't scare your friends at 5:30 in the morning.
Friends generally
You
don't
deserve
like
to be
that.
shot if you do something like that.
So, yes, I found out today that Spooky, from Spooky's House of Jump Scares, does indeed have a story behind it. So, Spooky was a young girl, of course, who liked to scare people. And she dressed up for Halloween and wanted to be scary. So instead of being scary, everyone just thought she was cute and adorable. So in order to scare people, she ended up using firecrackers. And someone who was nearby, who had PTSD, heard the firecrackers and shot her in the stomach. And that's how she became Spooky. What you find out, what you originally think from the original game, because the ending was actually finished in DLC, Spooky was shot by a transient who had PTSD from war. That's not what happened.
What happened?
It was her dad that shot her.
Her dad shot her?
Because he had PTSD from trauma, and the fireworks set him off. He set up the vagrant.
Oh.
So, to rectify his mistake, he tried connecting her soul back to the world of the living, bring her back to life, going so far as to the fact that his wife, Spooky's mother, killed herself because she couldn't deal with it anymore, which drove him even more crazy, and then he eventually killed himself when he realized he couldn't bring Spooky back. Her story is tragic. And the original ending, aside from the DLC, is when you get to the end of Spooky's House of Jump Scares, she is actually telling all of the ghosts and demons and things in the mansion that we will no longer be considered cute and cuddly. We are going to go out and destroy the world. So, yeah, I found that out today. That was very interesting. But it is about that time, ladies.
Indeed it is.
The chat has had purrs. The chat has had jiggles.
Jiggles!
There was even talks about feet pics, but I'm going to leave that up to you two.
We'll get a menu up.
We also found out that Mitzi likes sharing her butthole with paleontologists. That's
Naughty Dino.
odd. But, with all that being said, this has been MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. All of the news, none of the pants, where I've been joined by my two gorgeous co-hosts, where I can guarantee at least one of them is not wearing pants. Wren, from Rendition, and where she likes to torture us with her cooking and Igor's masterful brews.
Night, guys.
As well as Ishtar from her own Twitch streams, where she also helps out here with voices for help for the Guildlies.
Good night, everybody.
My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and I hope, for the bottom of my heart, that you all enjoyed the show, regardless of how off the rails we went, and I hope you join us next time. So with that being said, have a good night, everyone.